In this video, we're going to be looking at indices. Now, indices are also referred to as powers or exponents. And these are the powers that you often see with, let's say, 5 squared or 2 cubed. So if you look here, we have to write these numbers in index form. So the first one there, so we have 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. So 4 times itself, 5 times. So that can be written as 4 to the power of 5. So that power there is the indice or exponent. So it's very important that you know that that means 4 by itself 5 times and not 4 times 5. Completely different. So like the next one there, if I wanted to write that in index form, that would be 7 to the power of 4. So 7 times itself 4 times. Likewise with 18, that would be 18 to the power of 3. Okay, so there's some important things that you need to know. So your power here is known as the index, and the number then is known as the base. So a base is raised to a power. And now indices only apply to the number or letter that they are to the right of the base. So unlike ABC squared, the squared only applies to the C. If you wanted to apply it to every term, you'd have to write it as ABC all squared in brackets. And also, if a base does not appear to have a power, then the power is automatically 1. So like 2AB squared C is the same as 2A to the power of 1, B to the power of 2, C to the power of 1. Likewise, if you see the term X, that's the same as 1x to the power of 1, but we never really write that. Okay, so there's certain rules now that you need to know, and luckily these are on page 21 of your logbooks. And now the first rule is when you're multiplying indices with the same base, we add the powers. So if you look at the first one there, we have 4 to the power of 3 times 4 to the power of 8. So all we need to do is add the powers. So that would be 4 to the power of 11. Like they're telling us up here in the formula, so a to the power of p times a to the power of q, and you just add p and q. So like the next one there, 2 to the power of 9 times 2 to the power of 3, that'll be 2 to the power of 12. Next one there, we're multiplying x's, so add the powers, so we're going to have x to the power of 14. Finally then, so add the 6's, we'll have y to the power of 12. And that's it. The next rule then is dividing indices. And now when you're dividing indices with the same base, you simply subtract the powers. So the formula there is given in your logbooks. So a to the power of p divided by a to the power of q equals then a to the power of p minus q. So we subtract the powers. So if we look at the first one over here, so 9 to the power of 15 divided by 9 to the power of 3, let's subtract the powers, and that would be 9 to the power of 12, because I'm just doing 15 minus 3. Next one then, 10 to the power of 4 divided by 10 to the power of 9. So subtract the powers, so 4 minus 9 will be 10 to the power of minus 5. Y to the power of 10 then, divided by y to the power of 7, that'll be y to the power of 3. Last one then, it's x to the power of 8 divided by x to the power of 2, that'll be x to the power of 6. Now, the next rule is when one power is raised to another power, we multiply the powers. So a to the power of p raised to the power of q equals then a to the power of p times q. So if you look at this one here, so all we have to do is multiply the 8 by 9. So that's going to equal 5 to the power of 72. Next one then, so again, you're just multiplying the powers. So that's going to be y to the power of 30. And that's it. Now, final rule for this video is anything to the power of 0 is equal to 1. Now this is very easy but very important because a lot of people often forget this. So anything to the power of 0 is always equal to 1. Like 3 to the power of 0, that's equal to 1. 100 to the power of 0, that's equal to 1. Even if you had a million or a billion to the power of 0, it'll always equal to 1. Now, next two are a bit different. So we know that x to the power of 0 is 1. So then we have 5 times 1, so that'll equal 5. Because remember, the x to the power of 0 is equal to 1. Same the next one. So we have to add 1,000. And then x to the power of 0 is 1. So we have 1,000 times 1. And that is 1,000. And that's it. So they're the first 4 rules of indices.